A terrifying true tale that should never be forgotten. More than 900 members of the People's Temple, a religious group led by American cult leader Jim Jones, committed murder-suicide on November 18, 1978, in the Guyanese village of Jonestown. They had been forced to drink Kool-Aid laced with cyanide. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Jones, a supporter of civil rights, pledged that everyone would be free, regardless of skin color. However, after moving to Guyana, he developed a growing paranoia and used blackmail and violent threats to keep his followers imprisoned despite his promises of a better life. Then he gave the order to kill them. Visits to the complex by NBC News crew and American officials occurred not long before this horrible tragedy. One member of the sect handed a reporter a message pleading for safe evacuation from the hellhole their paradise had devolved into. This note incited Jones to take violent and lethal actions, as witnessed led the documentary cult Massacre One Day in Jonestown, which is currently available for streaming on Hulu and Disney+. It is likely that you are aware with the Jonestown tragedy. Numerous written publications and various documentaries have previously reported this story. Because of this, you may wonder why the events of that fateful November day and the ones that before it need to be covered in yet another documentary. Fortunately, this three-part documentary series offers new perspectives on the events at Jonestown through interviews with survivors and never-before-seen video material that reveals the minute-by-minute events leading up to the mass murder of numerous people. The documentary omits information about early Jim Jones' video, his ascent to the position of cult leader, and the establishment of Jonestown. The problem that emerged when Congressman Leo Ryan visited the town to look into the likelihood that something horrible was happening there is what is being highlighted instead. Sadly, he did not survive that awful day to share his tale with others, as did many others. Former Republican Jackie Spears, who joined Leo Ryan on his fact-finding trip, is among the survivors of the slaughter. Along with former cult members who provide us with insight into what it was like to live there, she recalls her experiences of Jonestown. The son of Jim Jones, Stephen Jones, also speaks with us about his experiences living with the guy in charge of the Jonestown disaster. The historical footage in Cult Massacre, which shows the faces of numerous people, including children, who were shot or poisoned and were found dead hours later, makes the film extremely unsettling to watch. Although we may wish that such an incident never happens again, there are still cults that run the risk of becoming the next Jonestown. Of course, dismantling a cult is difficult. The recent Netflix documentary Dancing for the Devil serves as proof of this. But authorities must take greater steps to guarantee that another Jonestown occurs never. We won't have to watch documentaries like Cult Massacre after action is taken. The faces of people who were unaware that they were facing death will not have to be seen. Nor will we need to worry about our own family members who are susceptible to being influenced by someone as deadly as the Reverend Jim Jones. However, until then, we should be grateful for films like Cult Massacre, which serve as a stark reminder that not all religious organizations have our best interests at heart. Sense of this, even if the documentary is occasionally graphic, it's essential viewing since the Jonestown tragedies should never be forgotten.